Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, today might be a little sensitive topic for some people, but I really want to talk about it so much, and I figured this is the best time to talk about it. So today I want to talk about Hawkeye and the diversity that it had, especially for those who are hard of hearing or in the deaf culture. And I want to do this right now because I am about to put my hearing aids in, so I figured perfect opportunity. Why not talk about it? Let's get it in the open. There's a couple of scenes I want to talk about, and we'll just go from there to see how everything holds up. So now, the first scene I want to talk about is when you see Clint in the movie theater, and it's completely silent, and his daughter asks him if he turned off his hearing aids. And his reaction was to say that he already knew how everything happened during the musical because he lived it, which is completely true because obviously he lived through the experience of being in the Avengers. So I just found that hilarious, but I would also like to point out that usually we cannot turn down our hearing aids. As you can see, mine does not have a switch, but I know some of them do, so I just wanted to bring that. But I just thought it was hilarious, and it's just Clint sarcasm right there. And then, next scene I want to talk about is when Kate and Hawkeye, or Clint, is in Kate's aunt's apartment. I believe it's her aunt's apartment, and Clint's hearing aid already broke, so he can not hear anything. Actually, let's rewind. So let's talk about the scene before that. So there's the scene. Clint gets kidnapped by, I believe it's Maya, her name is, the one who is deaf. She kidnaps Clint. Well, her guys do it. And during the fight scene of Kate and Clint trying to get out, Maya, she breaks Clint's hearing aid, and that scene kind of broke my heart. I'm like, I had so much thoughts because I feel so bad for Clint because as someone who is hard of hearing, we do rely on our hearing aids, and that helps us be a part of society. So knowing that Clint relies on his hearing aids and he does not have that anymore just broke my heart. I'm like, ugh. But then also it broke my heart with Maya. She told him that basically the best way to communicate and to be part of the world is to be himself and learn sign language, basically. She just blew him off, which is completely, I feel like her, because she grew up deaf. So anyways, I understand that pressure too, as someone who is hard of hearing. Why should we revolve our world around those who have perfectly normal hearing? It's not fair to us either when they can completely communicate with us in different other ways, such as sign language, writing things down on paper, texting, emailing, all that. There's various forms of communication that people just sometimes forget, which is fine to forget, but just that. And then so the next scene, which also hit me, is when Kate decided to help Clint communicate to his son over the phone because he can't hear because his hearing aid is still completely bashed. And I just thought that scene was just so sweet and just felt like it's a good reminder to help those that in need in various ways. She was writing everything down that Clint's son was saying to him over the phone. And it also reminded me that as someone who is hard of hearing, I cannot really hear in loud situations. It's usually just one voice that comes through, or that loud noise, whatever it is. If there's an air conditioner, that air conditioner would win over someone's voice. So it's very hard for me to hear over the phone if I'm in a restaurant or even walking around Hannaford's supermarket. So I usually tell people to text me because it's just so much easier for me. I'll even text my boss and be like, what do you need? Like, I'm at McDonald's with the client. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. So that's just got me thinking about that. And then again, too, I really, truly love the sign language, especially when Clinton's son, his youngest son, was showing him how much he loved him by signing. I was like, oh, if only we could teach these kids proper sign language to communicate with everyone, because I feel like it's so useful, especially when you're in a loud environment like construction, or like say if you're a security guard working at like a concert or big event, you know, you could just be like, I'm just signing like over there, or you know, like just in general. I just feel like it's such a big helpful tool to have. So now my thought, the diversity, I felt like it was basically 7 to 8 out of 10. Chef's kiss. I loved the show so much, and it hit home to me so much. I just love Clint Hawkeye. Like, seriously, he is now like one of my favorite characters. It really hurt at the beginning when I learned that Clint was deaf, that they never put that in the beginning of the movies, in the Avengers, but then I'm so glad they brought it all together, because it's just so amazing. There's so many reasons to why people lose their hearing. So for that, just, I'm so happy that Marvel did this. I really am. And I also just watched last night The Eternals, and I just loved the character. I forget her name right now, but she was deaf, and I just loved her, and I loved how they just let her do her thing. And I especially loved Jolene, how we heard the story that, I read the story that she decided to help her coworker, the one who was deaf, by saying to the producers and directors, hey, let's use a light to shine. You can edit it out. It'd be so much easier instead of just cut. And that was just so sweet of her to think of an idea to help everyone involved. So again, I just want to thank Marvel for doing this, for doing the right thing, because I was so scared at first that they weren't going to do this. And I just can relate now to Clint so much more, and I'm just so happy, so relieved that we get to see more diversity coming through these stages. And I hope stage 2 of Marvel, we get more diversity, maybe someone with disabilities, someone who is gay or bi, lesbian, anything, because it's just nice to get a refresh too. So it's just, again, I'm just so happy. I really am, and I hope there's more to come from Marvel, and I'm sure there will be too. So with that, I hope you guys liked today's video. Just a little something to think about. I don't know how good I did this, but again, I just wanted to show how someone feels when they watched Hawkeye, who's hard of hearing. And maybe someone else might feel this way too. Feel free to comment down below. If you did love Hawkeye, why did you love it better? I'm sure everyone loved the Avengers musical that they put on, because that was hilarious too. And like, again, too, just everything the characters do. So feel free to leave a comment down below, or even your favorite Marvel movie. What's your favorite Marvel movie? Favorite character too? Because right now mine's Clint, but I did love Wanda and Black Widow, Natasha too. So feel free to comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. See ya.